violence or no other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Right now, the gunman, police say, targeted an off-duty police officer in Cumberland Mall in a parking lot there this weekend, has now died after an officer-involved shooting. The GBI confirmed officers shot and killed the suspect yesterday on Chastain Road right near I-75. Channel 2's Elizabeth Rollins joins us live now. And Elizabeth, police say this suspect was determined to go after the officer.
So you heard him. We got a super gremlin on demon time. And when he was about to be apprehended for another crime, he goes right at the officer. So when you look at the numbers for brothers who were armed, unarmed, and they're killed by the police, you really have to look at this number authentically, okay? Obviously we've seen the more highlighted stories, but these are the ones that get brushed over, the justified shootings, okay? The justified shootings never get mentioned. And why is that? Because there's so many more justified shootings than quote unquote unjustified, okay?
Yeah, investigators say this suspect targeted an officer not once, but twice, both times in broad daylight and both times with witnesses who found themselves running for cover. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation continues to investigate Wednesday's officer-involved shooting in Cobb County. The suspect and shooting victim has now been identified as 20-year-old DeMarco Maj of Duluth. Investigators say he's been on the run for several days after allegedly targeting an off-duty police officer in the mall parking lot at Cumberland Mall.
Cumberland Mall, they got the Cumberland Mall, damn it. First it was Lenox, now it's Cumberland. Can't go shopping in any of the malls in the A. Dude. I mean, seriously. That's a problem, bruh. Cumberland Mall, Lenox Mall, used to be great malls. Now when you pull up, all you see is super gremlins on demon time.
I'm glad whenever they catch anybody that's doing something to someone else.
Investigators finally spotted the 20-year-old riding in an SUV Wednesday afternoon. When police attempted to conduct a traffic stop on Chastain Road near I-75, Maj pulled out a gun. That's when police started shooting.
It's a little concerning.
Channel 2 obtained this new video surrounding the terrifying moments for law enforcement and nearby witnesses, which comes just days after shoppers at Cumberland Mall found themselves in a similar situation.
I wouldn't think anything like that in this area.
Luckily,
You wouldn't think it. Sister, are you are you blind? Are you blind? Have you been living under a rock? You know, sometimes I don't get it with these sisters, man. The cognitive dissonance, like, how are you not seeing this stuff? It makes no sense to me.
Situation.
I wouldn't think anything like that in this area.
Luckily, the officer was not injured, but until now, many shoppers had felt unsettled, knowing the suspect had gotten away. Feel safe, right?
I do. At least I did.
And we're back out here live, where in the last 30 minutes, I just got off the phone with officials here at Cumberland Mall, asking them if they plan to make any changes to their safety and security measures here in and around the mall, but they declined to comment. We're live in Cobb County. Elizabeth Rollins, Channel 2 Action News.
At noon, people who knew and loved a man who was shot dead outside of a Midtown high-rise held a vigil in his honor. Loved ones said goodbye to Desmond Key. The 35-year-old was shot and killed earlier this week outside of the Dagny Apartments. Bullets shattered a window near the apartment's entrance. Police believe Key was targeted, but so far they don't have any witnesses. His mother tells us he is survived by his wife and son. On the doorstep overnight, someone was shot and killed dangerously close to a Midtown high-rise apartment building. CBS 46's Tori Cooper has been on top of this story since this morning. And Tori, many people who live there are probably walking out to grab some lunch perhaps, and they'll have questions about what happened there.
Good afternoon, Megan. And I've actually been fielding a lot of those questions because this is what residents have been looking at. This lobby window is where bullets flew in to the lobby, and this is right here on the sidewalk.
Dang. I mean, look at what these super gremlins are doing. Shooting in the windows of the lobby. Okay, bullets going through. And this, the brother who was killed, this brother is the brother who was killed at the McDonald's by a super gremlin on demon time.
Where detectives tell us they found a man shot to death early this morning.
Some of us just got up on a Monday morning for work and, realized what was going on.
Carol Dekshinix has been living at the luxury Dagny Apartments in Midtown for 4 years, and she sticks to her morning routine.
I walk out here every night. I feel so safe here. This is where I live.
But Monday morning, she was in disbelief after learning a man was shot to death right outside her apartment where she walks her dog.
Everyone is very concerned about the guy that was shot, but I don't think it had anything to do with this building. I feel like things can be targeted, and I don't feel myself as a target at all.
Yeah. You don't have to be a target, honey. She thinks that every person killed in the community was targeted. I mean, this brother could have done nothing. You heard them. He said he had a family and all. He could have done nothing. You don't, with these super gremlins, you don't have to have a reason. Could have cut somebody off in traffic. Could have told somebody to leave from somewhere. Could have been mistaken identity. Who knows? But the fact that she's, oh, well, it's no big deal. It was targeted. It wasn't for me. I'm not being targeted, so I'm good. I would classify that. I would definitely classify that as glider privilege. All right. So y'all got one. That's glider privilege. The fact that you, cause what will brothers say? Hey, brothers die every day, B. Cause we understand the dynamics between us and a super gremlin on demon time.
After talking to some witnesses, it is apparent this male was targeted in this attack.
Others felt it was way too close to home.
What if I was walking in at 3:45 in the morning or something, just by chance, and then something like this happens? Innocent people could be getting hurt out here. Who knows?
Man, shout out to this this glider. At least he's keeping it a buck. At least he's keeping it real, and not just thinking of himself but other people, like these women like to do. Just thinking of the, oh well, it wasn't me. Could be you tomorrow, honey.
Knows.
The mother of the victim told CBS 46 off camera her son wouldn't harm a fly, and that he had a son of his own and a loving wife who he now leaves behind. She also tells us he was not a Dagny resident.
It's scary, for sure.
The Dagny sent residents this email stating an incident took place outside on Juniper Street. They are working to learn more from police and trying to fix this window of the lobby where bullets flew right in.
No one actually saw the shooting. And so that's where we want people to, if they have video or anybody seen anything passing by, if they would contact us.
This latest crime data from the Atlanta Police Department shows a significant uptick in deadly shootings in and around Midtown.
I still feel super safe.
It's usually just petty crime in this neighborhood.
Data shows last year there was only 1 homicide in and around the surrounding areas of Midtown. This year, there's already been 7 homicides in the area.
Sheesh. From 1 to 7. From 1 to 7. Just in that area. Just in that area. That's a 700% increase. Who do you think is behind that?
To think that it's escalating to where people are getting shot right outside of my building, that's pretty, just again, it's just really scary.
Back live now. Police are still looking for a shooter, and the Fulton County Medical Examiner has not yet released the identity of the man who was found shot to death out here. But Megan, after looking at all of this crime data from across Metro Atlanta, it turns out that right here in this area of Midtown, which is considered Zone 5, saw the biggest uptick in the number of homicides since this time last year. But another note, right there in Buckhead, they also are now seeing a 33% decrease in the number of homicides since this time last year.
So you see it leaking out. It's in Midtown. It's in Buckhead. It's at Cumberland Mall. It's at Lenox Mall. Where can you go?
We're going to continue to track the data and show you how it's all unfolding in your backyard, and we'll share the very latest in terms of this investigation if we learn anything new. Reporting live in Midtown, I'm Tori Cooper, CBS 46 News.
Yeah, it is data. So many people are watching closely to see what those numbers do. Tori, thank you for that update this noon.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
Evidence, because there was no crime. There is nothing to charge me for. Or no, shut the up for a second.
Uh-oh, guys. So I wanted to show you this story that came across my desk. I saw it and I wasn't gonna do it, but then I saw the full video and I saw the way T.I. reacted, and it was almost a violent reaction. But because there were so many people there, you know, his I guess his hind brain kicked in and he decided not to do anything violent. But if you watch this video, it is between a local comedian in Atlanta, and I support the Atlanta comedians because there's been so many funny people to come out of Atlanta. There's a lot of talent out there, especially when it comes to comedy. It's very slept on, but you know, there's plenty of comedians out here in Atlanta. But we have T.I. trying to muster up a comedy career, and I think he can't handle the smoke. He can't handle the jokes, okay? And most of these celebrities can't. They're not really that thick-skinned because they live in an echo chamber, and they're used to people kissing their asses and telling them how good they are and calling them the king of the South and all that kind of stuff, all right? But you're going to see how T.I. reacts when he's poked fun of.
Hey, listen, no. As many times as you jump on that, I'm gonna check your mom as long as it takes. When you stop talking about it, when you stop playing with me and mine.
So you heard him, and this is what a lot of brothers do. He's over talking her, crashing her set. Then he says, oh, if you stop playing with me and mine, I'm not going to let you speak. The censoring of the speech. All right, you get in an argument with some of these dudes, especially these super gremlin rappers, and you guys disagree, they're willing to kill you over an argument.
I'ma stop saying something. Ain't no mother case, ain't never been no mother case, cause I ain't did nothing wrong and my wife ain't did nothing wrong. And if you keep on playing with me, I'm gonna continue to confront you publicly, verbally.
And you see she dancing it off. This is what it's a taunting mechanism. She's dancing it off, letting her roll off her shoulders because she's like, yeah, I'm not buying it. I got under your skin. This is what comedians do. And Will Smith had a heavy effect on the comedy game. So we're going to start to see more and more people come up on the stage thinking that they can press up on comedians. And it's not right. With these previous stories that I already showed you, there's too much violence in the streets in Atlanta for T.I., a known public figure, to go out and act a fool on a woman who is just telling jokes.
First of all, happy Award Day. We've never had a forum on crime. T.I.'s innocent. I truly believe it. Get it up for him. There is no charge. I don't want to hear none of that shit. Don't play with me about that. I haven't cut his mouth. Hey. Don't play with me about that. I'm not. The one thing
So you see how immature these grown ass super gremlin rappers are. Hey, don't play with me about that. Don't play with me about that, bruh. Don't play with me about that, bruh. We gonna have a long conversation, but don't play with me about that, bruh. Like, dude. She made a joke. There's been accusations from several women that you had took advantage of them. Why are you so defensive? Why are you so defensive? Charges were not brought up on you. As a matter of fact, I think the investigators said there wasn't enough proof. I think the suits were coming out of LA or something. Maybe. But there's not enough proof. You're good.
I'm not playing with you. See, now you're getting misunderstood. This is not a rap battle.
So she goes and she said, this is not a rap battle. Watch him walk up on the stage. So this is where it potentially could get violent. We are witnessing a potential super gremlin moment.
And be clear, if I want to make jokes about something, I'll make jokes about something.
So he's hugging her, but he hugs her to get in her ear and threaten her. And in my opinion, this could be, you could potentially argue that this person violated your personal space. Now, I'm not saying that she should Me Too him, but this ain't what you do. He goes up and hugs her. Right? He tries to assert his dominance. That's what's going on.
Absolutely. And no, you're not going to tell me to shut the up.
So he's hugging her, telling her to STFU.
This is my Be very clear. This is my
So he took the mic. Censoring freedom of speech. And then these same rappers, get this. These same rappers, well, you can't prosecute us for saying what we saying on the track because it's freedom of speech. It's freedom of speech. You can't use that against us. But here you are trying to limit somebody else's freedom of speech, a black woman at that. She said you were accused of taking some WAP, you and your wife. No charges have been filed on you guys or legitimized. So what's the problem? Fall back, take the L. Okay, that was funny. That was funny. You could even go back joke for joke, but this, give me that mic, snatch the mic out of hand, show my dominance, because I'm a big old rapper. It's BS.
This is my Be very clear. This is my
And look at security. He should have yanked him off when he walked on the stage.
No.
So you see they talking. Look at him bucking up at a female. She's an LGBT female, but she's a female nonetheless. So she said, I never said you took WAP. And he said, stop playing with me. you go, sis. I like how she bucked up on him. I say what I want to say. Man, this is comedy. This is comedy. That's why I can't respect what Will Smith did. Because this is comedy. Comedians should be able to say whatever they want. If the joke lands, it lands. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I hate these speech police on social media and in real life, like T.I. You're not above criticism, buddy. You're not above criticism. And you don't have the right to take the mic from a young sister who's trying to do her thing, trying to come up.
Ain't nobody, hey, cut that. Let me make another thing clear. We don't come on stage to disenfranchise nobody or on nobody, especially no black people. So y'all won't put that on my body, on God. Y'all won't put that on my body. I love this art form. I love this craft. And I'm going to say what the no, get the out of my face. I'm going to say what the I want to say.
T.I.'s trying to talk to the bouncer. Get the mic out of hand. Take the man. This dude is so soft, man.
The reality. Doing comedy.
This is a grown man still wearing his hat cocked at a 60-degree angle.
Whatever the is going on, y'all think the out and go viral. Guess what? For comedy, it's up for grabs, and nobody is excluded from that.
Look at the man's hat, bruh.
And I love T.I. I love T.I. Somebody play on Millie. This I love him too. I know we gonna have heated conversations. Y'all don't ever get it twisted. This some hey, this some for us. Let's have these conversations. Not in my comedy show, but let's have these conversations. It's the real. Turn it down. It's the real. Because understand, comedy is hard. When I told you these people get on stage and they share with y'all, that's hard to share. That wasn't no cat. That is hard. Ain't nobody writing for us.
Look, listen to T.I. It ain't that hard. Tell that to all the comedians who have been grinding on the chitlin circuit, trying to get their name popping. The disrespect that he has for comedians. It's like, bro, you're not a part of the art form. If you were, you could take those jokes. You could take those jokes, bruh. But you're not. You're not. So anyways, this is Shorty's recount of the story, the comedy show. So let's get into it.
So I'm going to explain this one time. This is about what happened at One Night Only at our bar on Edgewood with myself and T.I. T.I. came to the show. It's about over anyway. It's an open mic. He comes. He does like 30 minutes. Now, after he gets off stage, I'm going to the next shit. I'm hosting. I'm talking about marriage and shit. He keeps cutting me off, telling me to shut the fuck up, calling me all kind of bitches, heckling me. So I'm like, all right, come on, stop playing with me. Like, it's crazy. You keep going and I can't say nothing to you. He then starts yelling about how I need to take my wig off multiple times. Take your wig off right now. Cutting me off. Take your wig off right now. Because a lot of y'all are saying I took a cheap shot. This nigga was literally going on and on harassing me. I don't know why my eyes turn hazel. That shit is really ugly. But anyway, I said, I'll take my wig off when you speak on the allegations. Everybody was tight except for him. Nobody ever called him a rapist. I responded to him telling me in a room full of people to rip my wig off and made a joke just like he did. So if you got a problem with it, not mine. So I'm going to explain this.
Now here's T.I.'s reaction, and he lies in the whole reaction. So here we go.
You see where the shit got twisted? Never called you out your name. Never called you a bitch. You give me a video where I called you a bitch, I give you $1 million. Where I call you a bitch at? Where did I call you a bitch?
So she put her she's in the live stream and she put her Cash App because she got proof that he called her the B word. So T.I., you owe this young lady $1 million.
Ain't never called you no bitch. You see?
So you heard T.I. Let's watch it again.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.